actually are drug arrests that our flight tech units and patrol units have had also in the area. And also along with that, I also want to mention BB gun arrests. And the reason I mentioned that, we had two good BB gun arrests in the 500 block and 1800 block of 7th Street, 500 block of Florida. And what's interesting about those, when they were arrested with the BB gun, without giving too much detail, we did recover some evidence that someone might have if there were robberies.
What?
I'm sorry? We did recover some evidence that which would indicate that maybe robbery suspects would be in possession of. So that's why I mentioned those two BB guns. And also with all that special attention, we also have, like I said, bike units. And I also wanted to mention, the community also has been very helpful. And I always say this at these meetings. You guys have my contact information there. If you do, especially drug activity, things like that, suspicious activity, if you email me, if it's not an emergency, this is something that you see going on all the time, I ask that you email me with very specific information, times it's happening, if it's the same individual. So we did get that kind of information from the community of an establishment on 7th Street, and we got word that they were dealing with drugs out of the area. I did get that information over to our drug division. They did come and were able to make some distribution for us from that information. All right, and as I was talking about, for the 7th and 8th Street concentration, we also have, Sarge, I think we have overlap officers that are going into the midnights. Do you want to just talk about that a little bit?
Well, we have, my name is Sergeant Terrestrial from PSA 307, which in one of the areas in which we're covering during the later night hours and during an overlap, which is an overlap of the two shifts, and that takes place usually after dark. We don't want to give specific times, but we have coverage, extra coverage on 8th and R, 7th and O, or 7th and S, yeah, in the square block area, and we have concentrated coverage there, and we're having people mostly on foot and on bicycles, and what that yielded within the last month has been 8 arrests. So, and that's on top of the CST arrests on the drug distribution charges. So the concentrated policing seems to be working in that area, and then of course there was a shooting early last summer, which ended up in the 3 arrests, and that was closed out at 8 and R near the Midwest. So that's where we stand now, and what the captain mentioned about citizen participation in community policing, it's extremely important because we can't do it on our own. This is where we need your help. This is where we need the community's help. Which your community, we need your participation in trying to keep it safe. Things, as you mentioned before, things like license plate numbers, descriptions. If you have a Ring camera that's hooked up and you get some good video, please send it to us so that we know what's going on in the neighborhood. We have an idea of what's happening, and with that information, it can lead to other things. And you can remain anonymous if you want. You don't have to come out, we're not going to call on you to testify unless, of course, you want to. Another thing that is pretty important is when some of these cases come up before the United States Attorney's Office and they go to court, they're looking for not only citizens in the community, they're also looking for the ANC members to step up and to write victim impact statements. So if you get someone who is say, dealing drugs in your neighborhood, you want to come forward, or you want someone to come forward with a statement just saying, hey, these people are a menace to my community. I don't want this kind of thing around my children in my community. We deserve better than this. And the judge takes that into consideration in the sentence. And that's very, very important. And that's where we need your help. Okay?
And I'll just say, I talked about the gun lockup. So we had a forum within 600 block of PD, 400 block of Ed, 1300 block of 5th Street, 600 block of Ed. And what's frustrating for us, even though we got those arrests, these guys that we get with the guns, I think 3 out of those 4 were prior felons or had some sort of other gun arrest. And so so we did charge him with also felon possession. But that's kind of frustrating, go along with Sarge said, to have those kind of arrests and just keep seeing repeat offenders. So we're really trying to work with the attorney's office and either getting them better rehab or response for some of these actions.
Our job is being in law enforcement within the city is to identify and apprehend. It's not to adjudicate. We don't adjudicate the cases. We only present them with the facts. And then the other arm of law enforcement and the judiciary, they make the decision on what the punishment is or what the release conditions are and all that. We hear from a lot of citizens a lot of times that, we see the same people over and over again. We're making the lockups. We are making lockups. We're arresting people. All right? Our job is to identify and apprehend. At that point, it's the judicial system that makes the decision on what's going to happen with the person after they're going to be retained, released back to our community. And that's where your victim impact statement comes in very, very handy, and it weighs a lot with it. So I would invite your participation in that part of the process. And let's see if we can make a difference with that.
The information great, and I think Mr. Wiggins, I just emailed him, I think last week, we had gotten some information from the community, and what was it, the next day or the same day we had our specialized units there and had two arrests.
So I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. I'm going to be told what I'm talking about first. So on August 12th, we had those group of teenagers do the smashing of cars and all that crazy stuff on Kirby. Is there an update on that?
I don't, and I'll look into it, and I'll either direct an email or let you know.
Because that was bad. That was
Yeah,
really bad.
yeah, and I think that was the case where they were confronted as well.
Yeah, they were confronted, they
Yeah.
left and they came back.
Yes.
So that is not
Yeah.
good.
And that's another thing too, and just that specific case, and these things actually happen, where a citizen will see kids doing this or somebody doing this, and if they're doing it multiple times, we would rather get that 911 call and have an ability to show up and actually catch them. In this case, what happened was the citizen confronted the kids. That resulted in, altercation.
I think my regular over there called you, I'm sure, so,
Probably.
yes.
Yeah, so again, if you see something like that, be safe, and actually get that info, call 911, that's an emergency. And that way we can, some of these things that I just gave you examples of, some of those, if it weren't our officers doing it, we were able to catch them because we got an immediate call and a good lookout.
But if you see a crime in progress, don't put the person in second hand. Call the police, call 911, have us respond. Best thing you can do to assist us is to try to get as best of a description as possible. And if you have video, everyone has video these days. That's gonna bring you right into the camera program. If you don't have a camera, by all means, please participate in the camera program.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Kirby some more. So that whole Kirby, Morgan, the alley, where the barbecue gang is, and the shitters and the pissers, it's got to stop. So I requested right after the whole biker, the teenager thing, that you guys get more presence over there, that Dunbar has reopened. It's not going to get better, it's only going to get worse.
And we'll do a better job, but I know that we kept it quiet for a little bit.
Because the kids weren't there.
Yeah.
But now my barbecue guys, they disappear, they come back. I'm done with the barbecue guys. That is government-owned land, and you guys should feel free to go on there and do something. They're not homeless. I've asked them numerous times. No, we're not homeless. They're having their free-for-all drug, drink, barbecue thing almost on a daily basis. And then they come and defecate on the church and on my constituents' part. I'm done with it. So that is government land that they're doing this on. So I don't get it why you guys can't do something.
What, I'll get on it, but let me check to see if we're getting calls too, because I know we're not always over there.
From my buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all, you could have him call every day, or I could
But
send you an
like I
email.
said, it's been quiet, that's why I'm saying.
Well,
it's not
they
gonna do it.
disappeared because something happened. Now apparently they're back.
Yeah, we'll get back on.
And then also there was, what was it here? You don't have an update about the 1200 blocks of 4th Street, do you? That's like done.
The houses you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the information that I gave to you from GCL.
That's it. Okay.
So we have officers concentrating over there, but in terms of that specific one, yeah, it's,
Okay. And then you guys have been on M and Fifth for a while, we know about that. That's it.
sir.
So, Captain and Sergeant, I'm gratified to hear that we actually are getting a little more presence and especially, foot and bicycle beats. I met with you, Captain, to express the concern, the palpable sense that many of the community have that the area has become unsafe, especially in between 7th and 9th Streets north of the Convention Center. Very glad to hear about the number of arrests that you've been able to make in the past month. Also very glad to hear that the intel that has been provided by some of my constituents has been helpful as well. That having been said, we're still having some really horrific things. The assault on a frail senior citizen last week on the 1508th Street. Is there any progress on making the arrest on that one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
The idea that, this elderly gentleman was followed from the 7-Eleven at 7th and Rhode Island, back down 8th Street to the front of his home, and then beaten within an inch of his life, beaten unconscious, left bleeding on the sidewalk for a couple of dollars or so that he had. And then that the perpetrator actually came back again, to try to home invade the gentleman, and thankfully there was a passerby that was coming by that caused the assault to move along. This gentleman, I don't know if he'll ever emotionally on this. He's in his 80s, and then to have something like that happen, a long-time neighborhood resident, always very quiet, minding his business, and now afraid to leave his home. That's just absurd. So I'm eager to work with you to try to sustain this increased presence that you've been able to achieve, because it's a long time. We've discussed it in the past that community policing with foot beats especially in 7th and 9th Streets for many years have played a very positive role in having both the residents and the visitors and the businesses feel a level of comfort, a level of relationship with MPD, so that information can be shared about incidents how they occur. So I did share with Mr. Santiago concern about the latest proposed quote-unquote block party on the 600 block of O Street coming up on the 14th. So it's been on social media, the word is out. Do we know whether or not any permits have been obtained to actually conduct this quote-unquote block party? Or if this is going to be an unpermitted use of public space?
I did call, but they never called me back, but I am following up to make sure they do have permits, because we don't have any.
Well, you can follow up with me. I'm the mother.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two, that same day, we have potentially upwards of 25,000 people coming to 7th and 9th Streets for the Art on Light Festival. We had 24 last year, so we're expecting to do better. With the huge increase in robberies that have been experienced, especially in the northern end of the corridor. Bring that many people into a neighborhood, these folks that have been coming from the neighborhood to prey on customers from bars and restaurants at closing time are going to have even more victims to choose from. So I do hope that the community is conscious of the fact that this major event has also happened in 7 other neighborhoods around the city, but I'm concerned about our neck of the woods and the amount of crime that we've been experiencing again. I'd like to hear about the campus presence, but we've got some work to do before people start feeling before people start feeling, you know, that they, are safe in the community and, that, they feel comfortable, walking around and not hearing, basically for their lives.
There's content and context, Alex. We've been working together for 10 plus years. I would say this, we can come out here and we can give you statistics, all day long. But if you don't feel safe walking around in your own neighborhood, there's a problem, and that's why we have a lot of work to do. All right? This is a venture where both of us, we need the input again from the community. That's so important. They can't do it without you. And some of the people coming forward with the information has been priceless in getting some offers. So we just ask you your participation.
Okay, so this is the specific, happened about 10 days ago, so we had a whole bunch of ATVs come through 6004, and it was crazy, and they blocked off 395, and they roared up and down New York Avenue, and people were going just crazy. It was and there's, if you're on my Facebook page, I have a video, and it was the worst I've ever seen, right, Aaron? Worst. So is the status still that you guys can't do anything, or, because that, and I sent that to the commander, that was a crazy video of my constituent.
And I saw that, it's not that we can't do anything, it's that the alternative, when you see that, the thing that we try to do is obviously try to make a traffic stop. And I assure you they're not stopping. So now you're putting all kinds of other people in danger by chasing that vehicle, so which, unless they committed some sort of felony or have done something bad where we can chase it, our policy is, in that case, we're not going to do that. What we are doing is, we have our intel units on it. Trust me, we are doing something about it. We have our intel units, our specialized units, and they also monitor. A lot of that's organized through social media. So we do monitor that sort of stuff. We get information where they're riding, what location they're gathering at. We do have those officers out there playing vehicles. And what we do in those cases, we will videotape them, we will photograph them, and then we actually apply for a warrant. So that's what I can tell you what's going on.
And you have to be successful in any cases of arresting someone who's been driving ATV.
Yes.
Bikes.
I'm not going to say in this last case, but yes.
There's some tactics that we use that we can't make public.
I'm sorry.
I'm just
I
continuing.
was just curious if you had any success. Working through those meetings.
One would think that you follow them where they came from, making them known.
If constituents don't feel comfortable calling NPD themselves, please feel free to reach out to your commissioner. We'd be more than happy to email commander and captain depending on who else is involved in that particular SMD or PSA. We can get that communication to them, as I stated before. I gave them some good intel from one of my constituents who actually wasn't one of my constituents, but actually Alex's constituent, but he contacted me and I contacted the commander and captain. They were able to respond expeditiously to the concern that we had on 7th Street. There's a group of gentlemen who are very nomadic in nature, just like on 7th and 9th Street, we found a lot of activities moving from the Kennedy wreck. They're moving west toward 8th and O into the 8th Street corridor. They're trying to hide underneath the trees. They find shade beneath the trees. So sometimes there's too much activity. A lot of the community are using the basketball courts and tennis courts, so they're actually moving west on O Street away from the Kennedy wreck. But the element is still there. I lost my barber. He's out of the area. So now we have 2 vendors out of that 1330 building who have left the area. So all we have now is the Manny Petty shop and the dry cleaners. We lost a barber and we lost the supply shop. So now people feel like they have free reign to kind of hang out on that block. There's no business owners who are called to complain on that side of the block. But I got a call even recently from a commissioner who's at the beauty salon on 8th Street. And she reached out to me and I was able to reach out to Captain Kim. And they were able to respond to that as well. So if you ever have any concerns or see anything, please don't do nothing. give us a call and we can reach out to the powers that be and get some support on the street. Because if they don't get any calls, they may not be responding to that immediate need. So it's very important for you to reach out to us so we can reach out to the powers that be. So I do thank you again for responding to the call.
And that was really good information.
Thank you. Thank you for responding.
Do we have anybody else representing 1, 3, or 5D?
1D.
1D, all right.
Yes, sir. I'm Sergeant Foskett,
Thank you very much, officers.
Sergeant Foskett, 1D, PSA 102. Captain Duro, unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. I believe he did expect to be here because I found out about this meeting about 45 minutes ago. But they were able to give me some of the stuff that we like to do in these meetings, some stats. I'm not gonna hit you with too many, but I will say, unfortunately, our violent crimes are trending upwards. So last 30-day period, from last year to this year, we had 0 robberies, but this year we had 2. Every other violent crime has stayed the same. But I am happy to report that all of our property crime is trending downward. And that's burglary down from 1 to 0 this month, motor vehicle theft from 2 to 1, theft from auto 33 to 13, and general theft 19 to 11. So, if there's any specific crimes I only know about, maybe the things that I was involved with, I can tell you there was a couple of gun recoveries. In early August, we had one 300 block of K Street Northwest, where it was actually part of one of those violent crimes, the ADW, assault with dangerous weapon, and one pistol recovery in reference to an illegal gun on the 1200 block of North Capitol, Northwest. And again, the only thing that I want to stress is obviously what's been said, community involvement. If you don't want to call the police, if you don't know, we actually take texts now. You just type in 50411. Text 50411. We'll go to our command information center and we'll get the radio run out. And we're being told it's anonymous. We don't get any information from the CIC when we get the radio run.
When you get a text, what's the kind of pertinent information you're looking for? Location, cross street, address?
As much information as you can give, obviously the more the better. But if it's one of the drug complaint type information, if there's a stash, if you see them go into a specific mailbox or a specific brick that's pulled out, make sure put that information in there if you can, if you can describe it. What the subjects are wearing, what they're doing. But like I said, it's not coming directly to the patrol members. It's going to the second party, which is our command information center. They're going to disseminate. So keep in mind, the more information the better, because obviously it's going to travel.
So what's that number one more time?
50411. So obviously a play on 50 for police and then 411 for information. Someone was thinking, someone was doing it. If you just type it in the top, in the number bar, 50411, and then in the subject, the message line, whatever you send is going to go to our information.
Does it include pictures?
Actually, it
What does it include?
But I believe you can put it in there. They may or may not be able to get it out if they send it to the watch commander or however they may send it. So we don't get them. Like say we're driving, say we have the radio run, we will not get it on our tablet, on our screen. We will not get it. The only way we would get that photo is if the command information center is able to send that to maybe the camera. I don't know.
And you just remember, this is for non-emergencies, anything down that line. This is going to go through the system and be prioritized. So, and most of the time we don't get the pictures. We get, although it's disseminated through email, the way it gets to our officers is it still goes through our dispatcher. So if you are connecting pictures to it, I know.
I have not
Yeah.
seen any from,
So the description, it's really the best way to do
and then, like I said, as far as anything specific for me to bring back to Captain Duro or any of the other management for the first district, please raise your hand, let me know. I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm not completely prepared for this meeting. Because we have to look at a lot of cracks like this, trying to do that. So if there's anything that I can help you guys get,
Just know it's the first Tuesday of each month.
I copy that. I've already had a few radio runs today, so every day's a little different. Part of the reason why we love this job.
So, thank you guys very much. Oh, yeah, please, coming back to, Captain Cameron, Sergeant Terrestri, there have been at least 2, robberies of liquor stores. One at, Rhode Island, the other at, 9th and M. In recent weeks, any progress on any arrests or more?
We're still working on, we do have, obviously, lookouts, we have some videos from it, but no arrests. Yes, sir.
What is the status of pole cams on street corners in DC?
The status of,
Pole cams on street corners.
you understand the question?
Yeah, New York City have surveillance cameras throughout the city. Does DC have that?
Yes, we do. Some
Specific area.
Yeah, some specific areas. And they can be accessed, like what I told you before, which is the Commission Convention Center. We have research members that are up that pull up some of those cameras. Sometimes, obviously, they're restricted in the way that they go. We do have some specific areas.
You can see them.
We have one in Susan Corner. Today, first place in now. There's one there, probably hold.
Well, officers, thank you so much. We're going to move on with the rest of our agenda. Please, if you have any further questions, you could always email us or certainly email the officers here. If you wouldn't mind just leaving a couple cards before you go, I know there's always a stack there, but thank you guys so much for coming. And we missed our. We can never get the authorities down. Well, we got at least 4. So I'd like to call this meeting of ANC 6E for September to order. Why don't we do the roll call? ANC 6E01,
Present?
ANC 6E02, ANC 6E03,
Here?
ANC 6E04. Rochelle is here, she just stepped out for a moment. ANC 6E05, I am here. ANC 6E06 is not here. ANC 6E07.
Present.
All right, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
One note, item number 10 is just going to be an information presentation. We will not be voting. They actually have not submitted their application.
Okay. Any other recommendations or changes? All right, well, with that knowledge, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, it is passed. So we're right, first thing up is the presentation from Northwest One.
Once.
Did I say once?
It
Oh.
was once on the
It was,
agenda.
yeah, it was once, and now it's back.
I corrected it on the website.
Oh, thank you.
Right here, a good position for the boards. Do some boards.
Good evening. Thank you, Chairman Marriott and other members of the commission. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come back and present our project. I'm Simone Gorin-Devani, Managing Principal with CSG Urban Partners. I have with me tonight, joining me tonight, Nick Gordon with MRP and Dennis Connors with SK&I, he's our architect. Also, Chapman Todd is here, he's a consultant doing human capital and community engagement with us. And so we were here about a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year, a little less than a year ago, seeking the ANC's approval for the disposition of the former Temple Courts site to our team, which is MRP and CSG Urban Partners and Taylor Adams Associates. And I wanted to just come back in and we wanted to give an update to the commissioners and to the community on the progress that we've made since we were awarded the site last year. We've been working really hard, and I just wanted to give a quick overview of the project for anybody who's not familiar with it. As I said, this is the redevelopment of the former Temple Courts development. It's located at North Capitol and 8th Street Northwest, not too far from where we are right now. And it's going to be a mixed-use, mixed-income community. We're creating a vibrant community with quality housing opportunities for people, former Temple Court and Golden Rule residents to come back, but it's also going to be a project that's going to provide housing and retail and economic opportunities for the broader community. So the overall project is going to be developed in 3 phases. There's going to be approximately 750 total units. Of those 750 units, 67% are going to be affordable. So that's about 550 affordable units. And in addition, we have 211 replacement units for former Temple Courts residents. So we're really excited about the project. As I said, we're not here to seek any approval. We just wanted to come in and give an update. And I'm going to turn it over to Dennis to just walk through. I thought everybody would be interested in kind of the site plan and some of the architecture. And then I'll open it up for questions after that.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us. I'll be pretty brief because I know we're not asking for any vote or anything tonight. But as Simone mentioned, it will be phased development. The site itself is located by North Capitol on the east, L Street on the north, K Street on the south, and then Severna is to along 1st Street here. Part of phase 1, I'll show you the site plan for phase 1 specifically. Part of phase 1 is going to be dedication of L Street to return to